Why do you love slash hate George Kimmel, your producer? What's your favorite thing about him? Let's say that. Positive thing. Positive.
God, I haven't even asked this question. It's such a because because it's like I don't want to give him compliments, but I'll try.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try.
Have you actually? I don't think you've publicly ever said anything positive.
I don't think I have either. So I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna give it a real go here.
Okay. Yeah.
At the end of the day, when it comes to money, when it comes to responsibility, obviously this is a business now for you and me. It is. It's a side business, but it's a business, and you want to be able to trust the people that are running it. And I have 100% trust in everything that he does in terms of financial things, in terms of technical things, in terms of all of it. You know what I mean? Merchandise. And I have 100% belief in him. And that's rare, to find someone like that. Also, at the end of the day, I know his heart, and he really is a great guy. There's nothing about him. Like, for instance, he was over the other day and I go, I bought this key wooden thing that some native man made, and I don't know how to put it on the wall. So I just, I go, hey, can you figure this out? And he goes, yeah, I got it. You know what I mean? Like, he's just that guy.
Yeah.
He's also, but there is a part of me, and this is probably wrong.
Yeah.
But there's a part of me that feels like I kind of made him.
Yeah, he would be nothing without you.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Well,
I didn't fucking say that.
That's the way I heard it.
That's what I meant.
Okay. But that's not what you said.
No. There is, and it's probably wrong, right? Because he did all the things that he has in his life, he did on his own, right?
Right.
But still, for some reason...
He'd be nothing without you.
That's not what I'm saying, but that's what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So basically, because when I met him, I was a part of this YouTube studio called Maker Studios, and he was just a producer there, and that's how I met him. And when he left Maker, he came to us, and he wasn't a podcast producer, and now he has this big company. He produces a bunch of podcasts, and he has a bunch of employees, and he has a nice business, and I feel like I had a lot to do with it.
So both the competence and the good heart.
Yeah.
What about Gilbert?
Yeah, Gilbert is a godsend as well. I don't know if let me ask you this, because you're a science guy.
Mm-hmm.
This is an interesting question for me. Mm-hmm. Do you believe just that the universe gives you certain things at the right moment, at the right time? Do you believe that there is a mechanism out there where we're just a part of this machine that's kind of like almost as if things are just happening the way it's supposed to happen? Or do you think there's these random things that are occurring, and it's chaos in that way?
Well, I don't know from a science perspective, because I wouldn't be able to explain it, but I do believe you mentioned karma. There's a karma thing. If you put love out there in the world, like certain doors open in a certain kind of way, like they're almost waiting for you, and then you walk through them. So yes, in that way, I believe that it feels like not everything is like a basic like billiard ball model of like you have to fight for everything. You could just generally be cool to people and kind to people, and certain opportunities just pop up at the right moment.
More specifically, though, so for instance, let's suppose, like Gilbert, for instance, he just showed up at my house one day. I didn't know who he was. I had a fight night, and a friend brought him. Right, this is right when Kalila and I were starting TigerBelly, right? And in conversation, he was like, "We didn't know how to engineer. We didn't have an engineer for our podcast." And that night, he was like, I know how to do it, right? And if I hadn't met him that night, he just wouldn't. I don't know if it would be as good. It would be completely different. And I really believe that we met him that night for a reason, So you don't believe that?
It's complicated. I believe that for love and these kinds of things, but I don't believe that as much for building a team. But that's the engineering thing. I think that's the artist in you. I'm less of an artist. I think artists thrive in the chaos of it. So it's not only that you guys met at that time, is you didn't probably ask in detail about his qualifications or didn't go through a rigorous thing. You just dove in and figured it out on the fly. I think that's sort of the artist ethic. I think with like if you're doing a startup or engineering, there's a little bit more rigor in the selection process.
I see
But
what you're saying. I see what you're
because the
saying.
same with Rogan, Jamie just walked up to him. Jamie Vernon, young
Yeah, I know
Jamie.
Jimmy. Yeah.
Yeah, he just walked up in the same kind of situation, and they made it. Both of you have one of the best podcasts in the world, and so it's like, how did that? What?
Yeah, so I believe that
it's very strange.
Yeah, it's strange,
or maybe it's just like cool people hang out with cool people, so you kind of collide a lot.
But that's not true because that's not true because with Bad Friends, for instance, right? I've had 12 people before Andrew Santino that had asked me to do one with me,
Yeah.
right? And they just didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
With Andrew though, it happened kind of organically and in a way that was almost like in my heart meant to happen in a weird way.
That's a weird combination, by the way. So why was that the sticky one? Because you have a lot of comedian friends. Why Andrew?
Because number one, we both know just instinctually, without even talking about it, that in many ways we're polar opposites in terms of like energy, right? He's more aggressive. I also know I respond good with alpha males. You know what I mean? Because I'm more of a follower, you know what I mean? Or sensitive in that way. But in many ways, I am an alpha male in certain areas of my life,
Yeah.
When it comes to smashing, Doc, what's up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so we both knew instinctually that in that way our chemistry worked, right? And also in terms of style and all that stuff is completely it was just an organic given to us.